If you want to know how to develop a habit of reading books, if you want to start your journey of reading books, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Sarita and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can develop a habit of reading books and how did I start my reading journey. So it was about 2018 when I started reading books, and from that through that book I started my reading journey was this. Everyone Has a Story by Savi Sharma. As you can see, the title is, I was so fascinated with this title. Everyone Has a Story, and with the book cover as well. So I decided to buy this book and I bought this book, and I read this book in just one go, in just one day. And let me tell you about little bit about this book. This book is all about four characters, a story of four characters: Meera, Vivan, Kabir and Nisha, and they all are connected with each and another through stories, because they were not Meera and Kabir were friends, but Vivan and Nisha were different persons, were not related to each other, and gradually the story come to picture and they connected with each other, another one. So this story is all about that everyone has a story. Story of hope, story of sadness, story of happiness, story of struggle, story of many more things. And I think that we all are stories. We all have stories of hope, of love, of hate, of happiness, of sadness, of courage, of giving up, of bouncing back. So we all have stories, and this story is my favorite story. So I started my reading journey with this book in 2018, in the last of 2018. So I just read this book in just one go, in just one day. But before that, I was not a reader. I was not a reader at all. I did never read a book before. But because of this book, I started my reading journey, and this book I read in just one go, as I told you. And you should do the same. No, you should not just read in one go. I'm just saying that choose a good book. Choose a good book, and I will highly recommend you to choose to start your journey with this book, Everyone Has a Story by Savi Sharma, because this book is a story, not so many valuable things. This is a fiction book. There are two types of books, fiction book and non-fiction book. So non-fiction book is all about self development. Okay, उसमें आप बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीखेंगे. You will learn so many things from those books, as I have told earlier in my previous video about the monk who sold his Ferrari. That was a non-fiction book, but this is a fiction book. So you should start with a fiction book, because it will be a story, and this story is must read. So you can start with this. You can start with this book and tell me how much did you like this book. Okay, I just want to say that developing a habit of reading is not hard at all, because it is so simple. But if you will choose a book in starting, in your first attempt, a wrong book, if you will choose a wrong book which is just for very much knowledgeable, that you are very that it will be so very hard for you to consume the content of that book, then you will hate books. Okay, so it is very important. The important thing at all this, choose a good book in starting, through which you can start your reading. So I would highly recommend that you should read this book, Everyone Has a Story by Savi Sharma, so you can easily develop a habit of reading books. That is all about that. Choose a good book and don't try to read a book in a one go like I did. Okay, I do not know still that how did I do that, but you should not do, and no one should do. So start reading with 4 pages in a day, in morning and in evening. So total will be 8 pages, or you can just fix a time and just read 4 pages of book in one day. Okay, just start with this small thing at all. No need to start with reading the whole book. Start with this thing, and you will gradually increase the time period of your reading habit. So you can actually develop a habit of reading books. Then it will be like you are missing something when you will not read. Okay, so this is the simplest step, and the easiest step is to start with a good book. I have suggested you a book, so you can start with this book, the Everyone Has a Story, and let me know that how did you like this book. So thank you so much, and happy reading.